Welcome, everybody, to the Onward VR Master League Season 11, Week 14. My name's Nightfire with 2 E's. I'm joined by Etch, and we have a high-tier EU matchup coming at you today. Beginners versus Rome. I think ranked... Gosh, what are they on the ladder? Well, we'll go to you in a sec, Etch, but I think ranked 1 versus ranked 18th EU. I don't know what the worldwide ranking is, but a huge opportunity for Rome here to get a serious amount of MMR in the last 2 weeks of the season. I mean, this is when it all is on the line here for those final competitive positions in the ladder. The whole chase of this regular season, for those not familiar, these teams have played 14 weeks of matches, climbing a ladder, going up and down in rank as they win and lose. The top 7 teams worldwide move on to a tournament where $14,000 in prizing is on the line, coming in from all of the VR Master League sponsors, which you will see scrolling on your bottom right throughout the course of the stream. We'll also give them a shout out towards the end. For those who are not familiar with what they're tuning into, this is Onward. It is a 5 versus 5 military simulator, search and destroy style game mode. One team defends, that's the Volk. The other team attacks, that's Marsoc. If you successfully destroy the objective, you get 2 points. And so that is what will be popping in here today. Etch, I want to get your thoughts on this matchup today. What's the worldwide rank on these teams, and what do you think we're going to be seeing here today?
Absolutely, Fire. We're looking at number 1 in beginners versus number 25 in Rome. So a huge spread on the global standings. But important to note here, I think, is that Rome right now, if you look at the standings, is an American East team. However, until I think a couple days ago, they were in the EU division. So that's where this matchup kind of came from.
Interesting.
Rome played most of the season in the NA division, swapped over to the EU division. I think they said, from what I've heard, because of availability and sort of people moving around.
Yeah, their times.
But now they're back in the East. So I think this is the first time we've seen this sort of move from a team. But definitely an interesting one, and it hasn't quite panned out for Rome. They've had some very tough matchups going into the EU division with Vikings and maybe even Silent Purge and now Beginners. So I don't know what we'll see today.
Yeah, Dead Logic up there recently as well, and yeah, maybe a bit of a shock to the system, if you will, by transferring over. And yeah, I guess for those that maybe aren't familiar, we have 2 different divisions in the Onward VR Master League. These teams do not play each other until either the Button Cup matchups, challenge matches where teams can choose to play each other, or the finals. And so it's a rarity to see an NA team go up against an EU team, but in this case, it is because they have they were shifting based off of their time zones and availability. And so yeah, not seen before, but hey, I'm sure a lot of people, I know a lot of people wanted to see what Rome could do up against Beginners. Rome's a solid squad. They have good shooters on their team, experienced players. They're not rookies to the game. They've been around since Season 6. They've certainly brought on new people onto the team. They've gone through their share of roster shakeups, but they're going to bring their core 5 here today. I'm looking at the roster in lobby, and I don't know. Beginners have lost this season. They haven't been that impenetrable wall that they historically have been throughout the course of a regular season.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is one of those trap games. On paper, and even what the connoisseurs think, Beginners have all of the advantage, but. Yeah. Really, I mean, there is a massive MMR spread between these 2 teams. We're looking at, I believe, let's see, 12-10 in Rome versus 13-20 in Beginners. So a huge MMR spread, but that puts even more pressure on Beginners to not, they've got to win this strong. But Rome have a lot to gain. I think even on a loss, they could gain some, potentially gain some MMR because of how huge the spread is. But it's a classic trap game. It looks easy on paper, but I think it's going to be a lot harder than it seems.
Yeah, we'll see. You threw the pick bands up there on your screen. Bazaar coming in from Beginners, Quarantine from Rome. Map 1 takes us to Snow Peak. That's Beginners map pick, and Well, I mean, Snow Peak's a fantastic map, truly. It's close quarters, long range. It's got that variety, that competitive variety that you like to see, and it really tests a team on what they're good at. Are you good at both close and long range? And we're starting off round number 1 of map 1 on the kill box, the box of death, however you want to deem it. But I mean, Etch, this is a tough one to defend, especially up against a team like Beginners.
Okay, you stay here then.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to see Beginners opt to go sort of to the north
come back and help with the objective.
Coordinate a push through the north doorways, use a lot of utility, and kind of push in there and just pick people off through those doorways. But there's 4 entry points, and we'll have to see where they opt to go in from. But right now we're seeing sort of a 4-man squad pushing towards the lake to get to the north side, and looks like 1 beginner on sort of flank protection by the tunnel exits.
Yeah, this is your standard beginner's rollout. You know, if you look at the overhead, they're very likely to go for that full encirclement around the objective. They don't want to invest in anyone swinging through the tunnels to get to where they're going because, frankly, you don't need to. It's a risk in a lot of ways because people can defend in those tunnels, and those defensive positions can be harder to root out. And so beginners are just going to take control of the outside by rotating all the way along the south, using that lake little hill for cover. And they'll be able to push all the way up uncontested to the doorways of the objective. It's exactly what Rome is anticipating, obviously, as their defense is not positioning anybody outside. They're all tucked in, waiting for the entry to come. This is an interesting style to throw up against beginners, and I don't know how this will pay out because beginners are very good at executing a crash onto objective from multiple angles. They will be hitting all of these doors at the same time when they decide to make their entry.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to show supreme coordination in doing so, and it is first round, so maybe there's a little, you know, we'll have to see if they do have that already. But I think when you go against a team as seasoned as beginners, you got to do things differently. And this is what they expect, right? As a team that is in their position, they know they can predict what another team is going to do to them. And I think they're going to predict exactly this defensive setup. So let's see if they are able to execute their play to dismantle it.
Yeah, they're going to have to clear out a couple of different positions first. And so you see the utility is coming out here over into the center towards the objective, an indicator that maybe the approach is coming towards that inside defense. I also imagine that they're going to have Paz somewhat clear out the tunnel that he is now looking at over in that east side, and then they'll most likely get set up for the entry.
Yeah, I agree. I think looks like Killinger is actually going to that north tunnel to do exactly that. More utility kind of coming out towards the south side entrance, maybe to clear some C4 or anybody tucked in outside there. Doesn't look like they're going to get any opposition until they get to the doors, which I imagine will happen in the next 30-40 seconds.
Yeah, and I think actually what's going to happen here is Killinger and Paz are going to go in through the tunnels. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, they are just clearing it out. They could have gone in through the tunnels and added in a 4th entryway in through that other side door, but to your point, there's lots of C4s and utility placed in these tight hallways, and so not risking it. They're going to go for the main entryways. Probably smoke's going to be coming here in a second, or at the very least a good hefty dose of flash and frag grenades, but again, this is what Rome's set up for.
Yeah, and a Molotov comes out onto that north side door that the majority of beginners are standing at. Gonna pause them for at least 15 seconds. Strayjack now at the south side door. More utility's gonna come out, I imagine.
It's a really good, well-placed Molotov, too. Perfectly denying entry into that doorway. Good pause with the smoke there. Totally denies the smoke from being effective to this beginner's team.
I'll pause 1-0.
So far, pretty good denial of entry. We'll see if they have any more tricks up their sleeve to hold off this entry. But a minute 20 left, and beginners perfectly set up. Strajak's coming in through the other tunnel. He'll be running into Ree soon.
Yeah, 2 at each door right now, just waiting to make this push. And Icy Wood are going to run in there. It gets spotted, I think, by Gladiator.
Oh no, Icy Wood and Killinger come in and wreak havoc. Hatter's flashed out. He can't see. Finds one in the trade. Reed now has to go on the retake. And Beginners excel at entry as usual. A perfectly coordinated 4-man push through both doorways gets them the kills. Really nicely placed flashes through the doors to completely stun out that defense. And that's what you expect with an entry into that kill box. Wow. Beginners off to a good start, have their Marsoc round in hand, and I do, to Rome's credit, they did at least prevent that initial entry, but yeah, the flashes were just perfectly placed.
Yeah, I think you're right in that Beginners just stunned Rome. They just came in there and stunned them with just multiple angles, and I don't know if there was a lack of coverage and responsibilities or what kind of happened, but it just crumbled after the first pick.
Yeah,
they started panicking and it crumbled.
They lost that initial that initial doorway, and the two coming in from the backside. And again, it was perfect flashes from the front and then entry in from the back. Everyone, I think they nearly had everyone blind. They got the one key kill they needed to get into that doorway, and from there it just was everybody dying on Rome's end. Beginners with, I think, 3 left up at the end there, and would have could have been even worse if Ree hadn't found that kill. So, you know, certainly not a cap attempt with that kind of entry. They were going for kills, but it does get them that initial point lead, and that's what you want. Pause 3-0 there on the round. Now, for those that aren't familiar, we switch sides. Beginners defend, Rome attack, and shall see what Beginners do on defense. I imagine it'll be a little bit different, and already you can see Killinger setting up for an outdoors positional defense. He may even go for an extension where he goes out to look for some early kills.
Yeah, meanwhile, over on the Rome side, here's some calls that they're going to play it slow. They're going to surround and just take their time. They've got 6 minutes on the clock. They've got a different spawn as well. They're spawning closer to the middle, so allows them to fan out, get to those north positions even earlier. So it's going to depend on, you know, it looks like they're going to spread out, go tunnels and north. So tunnels push going to take a little bit longer. So north's going to have to wait for that to happen, and then they'll have to sync up a push.
Yeah, I mean, just look at how different this defense is from Beginners. Killinger investing into that tunnel defense in the position that he cleared out earlier. Woods on a very extended outdoors position looking for an early pick while this Rome team rotates. Blitz is just around the corner here, and it's going to come down to a bit of a close quarters exchange if Woods isn't too careful. Blitz right here, I think may have heard those footsteps. Woods actually going to go with the flash up and over. Just Blitz out nicely, and Blitz is blind firing now. The nade comes in, that denies Blitz life. Hatter able to shut down Woods. A key rotation there to get the kill and potentially get the res. The trouble is Killinger is on the rotation, tosses the flash out himself. I don't think that catches Hatter.
Yeah, this exchange here will give an advantage to Rome or even it up for Beginners. Killinger is going to drop off, it seems like, so if they can pick up Blitz here, they'll be in a 5v4 advantage.
Yeah, he's gone back and tucked inside with the rest of his team. Blitz should be able to get that easy res if Hatter goes for it.
Now Killinger rotates off and gets an excellent angle onto that north entryway. I haven't seen this one before. That's going to be tough to challenge for anybody coming through that doorway.
Yeah, it's really a solid spot. Here's the res, and we'll see if Blitz and Hatter decide to continue to push down this lane, if they're going to dip back and go in through that other doorway. It does drop off, and Yeah, I'm curious what the setup will be for Rome. Looking at the overhead, still have 2 coming in from the tunnel. And if they
Gladiator
do...
and Re slowly making their way, clearing out a lot of the tunnel here. They don't have any opposition anymore, but they're being very patient here.
You know, every door watched. Pause, an extended position on his doorway. Smoils covering the backside. Killinger watching, obviously, that entry from Hatter and Blitz, and Strajak peeking through the crates through his door. Making sure that they're covering all 4 entryways and just waiting for this Rome team to sort of make their initial setup attempts. Hatter and Blitz still clearing out the north side. Hopefully we don't run into any team kills in this tunnel.
Just play it calm, cool, collected. I'm gonna check this box and then we'll go back.
Yeah, Gladiator and Mad Hatter and Blitz beat up. Leave a little couple highs.
Okay guys, Reeve, we're waiting for you.
I was concerned we were going to see some team kills there, but, you know, yeah. You turn off the overhead and the UI, this is what the player sees. It's really just a quick recognition of uniform before you shoot, so good on them. What they really just need to do, though, to deny Killinger's position is get a good smoke placed onto that doorway. That's first one not too ideal. The second one's going to do the job.
Yeah, that one definitely blinds a lot of visibility. I wonder if we're going to see any counter utility come out. Killinger does reposition and does toss a grenade. That one's going to get blitz.
Yeah, he's been resurrected once, nearly a team kill. Been resurrected once, and so when he gets down there, he is dead for sure. Oh, and there's that C4 that was placed earlier outside. Strajak threw it up high on the wall. Varys and Gladiator go down. Strajak's going to try and push out and confirm these dead players because they can be resurrected still. But he does only manage to snag 1. He'll probably be able to confirm Gladiator shortly once that smoke dissipates. It's down to just 2 for Rome. Hatter's going to try and make the entry. Killinger nearly gets picked up there on the corner. Hatter tries to find the shots through the boxes, but can't quite get him. Smoils picks up Ree coming in through that side angle, and Hatter now is all alone. Able to dive past Killinger, ducks into the corner. Killinger on the rotation. Hatter finds 1. Strajak and Smoils now up to the battle, and Smoils able to peek out and find the kill. Beginners hold on nicely with 3 left alive yet again. Have the lead 2-0.
Yeah, that was fantastic utility usage by Beginners with first Icy Woods outside, flash frag, gets 1, and gets refragged by good reposition for Mad Hatter, but did get that kill. Killinger with some great repositions, identified where the push was coming from, and came back to cover Icy Woods' angle because there was a weak spot there. And the counter frag to the smoke, the C4, you know, that's 4 kills right there that they gained off of utility usage, so that's powerful.
Yeah, I identified the C4 early, but we didn't talk about it. We saw it on cam. It was thrown nice and high, and you know, when you're attacking, you have to scan thoroughly especially on that objective. There's all sorts of different positions you can throw a C4 that it really blends in well to. So, a lesson learned, I suppose, by Rome, but Beginners up to a comfortable 2-0 lead. We now go to another inside objective etch, one that I don't know I would say is necessarily an easy cap. And we'll talk about Beginners. They have been capping lately, so maybe they'll go for it here, try and get that 4-0 on map 1. But I am interested to see what kind of spawn we get here, because that spawn determines a lot on the pace of this round.
Yeah, there are 3 spawns, 2 of which are very quick. So I think it's going to depend on that. And we'll have to see if Rome decide to just do a sort of very tight defense like they did last round, because this is one that you can smoke out a lot of defenders and just cause them to panic, which worked fantastically last offensive round for Beginners. So let's see what they do.
Oh, yeah, and they do get that. Jeez, they're going to be able to really challenge this right away. Beginners have been doing well to play things fast when they get these quick spawns, and so
Tunnels here.
it's a matter if they'll be ready for any counter aggression, if Rome are even going to send it. Looks like a pretty passive defensive positioning here. Sometimes players would come out and challenge early in the tunnels, but Rome is really tucking in. They do not want to let up another round.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing from beginners 3-man push to the horseshoe, 1 north, 1 south. So they're going to be pushing from every direction here. Not really going to take advantage of the quick spawn other than get here and secure this horseshoe, because it is going to take a while for the north and south flanks to get into position.
Yeah, and North actually going to be running into some resistance there. Paz has to be careful about pushing out and seems to be ready for the potential threat. The flash, no, a smoke actually is going to come up. I like that toss. Threw it up, bounced it off of the wall. It falls down perfectly. Don't know if that was intended. I think he wanted it into the tunnel, but still does do him some coverage. And I wonder if he's just going to try and challenge out of the smoke. Ree's holding a deeper angle. And actually, he repositions it. Interesting toss there.
Yeah, Paz has to deal with 2 defenders here that he doesn't know. And I'd wager that Gladiator can protect Ree from a push here. If Ree kind of, you know, if Paz identifies Ree's there and pushes, that's going to be bad for him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a good crosshatch, if you will, but the problem is Paz could find Gladiator if Ree doesn't peek this right now. Ree could pop up, potentially find the shot, but Gladiator's going to get that kill. A nice pickup, a very tight slice of an angle there. You see that, see where he had it there, using those horseshoes nicely, and we'll direct this back over towards the objective where the rest of this offense is positioned. Flashes coming in from woods towards Blitz, but no utility no smokes just yet onto the objective, so not sure what the plan is for beginners.
We've actually seen a little bit of movement as Killinger rotates to go south. I think after seeing nobody in the horseshoe, they decided to send strength to the south. Now with 3 in the south side, they're gonna have to deal with Varix here soon.
Yeah, this is a tough entryway to make. There's a lot of different positions they can be in, and I don't think they'll be ready for Varix tucked into this corner. Varix is going to pop out, finds 1, can't get the full kill either, so Smoils is going to get the res on the other end of the spectrum. Blitz finds Woods down towards objective, and so things stay in Rome's favor 4-3. I mean, look at Blitz's position. He's just out in the open there, relying on the darkness for cover.
Yeah, darkness and fog for sure. It's a little bit off meta, so could pay off. Three now, all in the south side entrances. Smoil, Stray Jack just gets spotted by Blitz there. Barely escapes after that quick peek. They cleared out that snow mound, so they know 1 spot's clear.
Still, though, they have Blitz's position to deal with, and he's kind of rotating around, you know. He's shooting from the boxes, and then he's going up against that wall. I mean, geez, look at how much he blends in. Without night vision turned on, it's going to be super hard to ID him there, and even then, still a bit of a challenge, but Smoils does have night vision as an option. You can see it there on the top. I don't know if he has it turned on to make this push. There it is. An indicator that it's coming.
Yeah, meanwhile, Stray Jack is rotating to the north side entry. So I think they want to kind of poke and prod from both sides here. Identify where more of them are, and then make their push. But it's a good setup from Rome so far. They've got all their angles covered.
Yeah. And they really do. Ooh, that's a good nade. Killinger gets a really nice toss there. Able to actually peek out and get the confirm. Hatter able to get Smoils on the peak, though, using that dune for cover. The trade there inside between Gladiator and Strajak. And now it's all up to Killinger in a 1v2. They got to hold objective. If they go for this res, it's actually kind of risky.
Yeah, if they lose Hatter, this could be pretty bad, but it looks like the res is going to come out. Killinger isn't pushing fast enough.
Oh.
Now they can cover OBJ. Mad Hatter are going to swing, and it's going to be a trade getting Rome their first point.
That's how we play.
Rome with 2 left alive are on the board at the very least. They comeback begins, I suppose you could say. We'll see if they can put up a Marsoc round, though. That's going to be the real test. They want to be able to bounce back. And I don't know. I suppose anything's possible with this objective. If they get that fast spawn, if they play it aggressive, you know, who knows what can happen in those tight quarters. So I'm not counting Rome out by any means. And like you said there in the pre-show there, Etch, it's, you know, this is a dangerous match for beginners, truly, because if they do any underestimating of this Rome team, it's going to cost them anywhere in the top 16, top 20 in the league right now. These teams are super competitive. They are very skilled players, and it's why I'm so hyped for the postseason, because I don't know what we're gonna see in the top 8, you know, let alone the top 20. It's just, the matchups are gonna be nuts. The gameplay is gonna be insane. So far, we're seeing some good coordination from both squads, but again, Rome are really going to have to step it up here. They want to at least tie it with beginners. I doubt beginners give them much room to work with, though.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to see a defensive round from beginners on this tunnel OBJ. I imagine they're going to have some aggression to counter this quick spawn, so I'd like to see Rome counter aggression with aggression. And if they can win this round, or, you know, this is, I like this one for Marsoc, really, this OBJ. So they could tie it up.
Oh, they will get that mirrored spawn.
No, drum.
Okay, me and Warix, only me and Warix. We're gonna go slow, okay? You guys find another
Am I not
fast.
gonna
Hovering
drum?
over Rome there. Gladiator says, do we want to go fast? And everybody says no.
The other guys, where do you wanna go? I think we should-
Even though they have the fat spawn,
Have 3.
it's going to maybe look like a lot like beginners, where they take control of the horseshoe and set up their north and south.
Yeah, similar to Rome, similar to beginners push, they get control of the horseshoe early, with all 5 here actually, which allows them to have access to these tunnels onto OBJ. And for the beginner side, it's pretty reserved actually.
Yeah, no counter aggression, no commitments out that doorway. And I mean, they know. You don't need to. If anything, you give away the one advantage you have on this objective defense, where you really have that full camouflage in the darkness. You know, it's a solid positioning to be taking up there, and pause will be tucked in. A lot of commitment over into that north side of the defense, and I wonder if maybe they can have some success by just coming through up the middle there, where Gladiators just less aggressive rounds.
Yeah, they seem to be staging for
Stay here,
someone to
stay
go
here.
up north. I think it's Blitz there. But, I mean, they've got Blitz has to deal with Killinger, of course, who is in a similar position to Ree, as well as Strajak, both kind of defending north. I don't really see what the first pick here is for Rome. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it is. It's going to come down to what the utility usage looks like. Smoils is actually going to challenge here. Throws the flash down. Doesn't catch Ree or Matt as they do dip off of the corner. Smoils is going to commit to that corner, and Matt and Ree get the full kill onto Smoils. Somehow both of them killed him. But doubly dead, I suppose. Cat has how many lives? 2, I guess, but... That's a great start. I mean, there's the pick, right? Now it's an entryway that's relatively uncovered. They can get control of that doorway and throw utility down into this objective room. And it's going to have to it will force the rotation from Woods and Killinger. And so truly, they don't know how good they have it right now. They can really challenge this objective.
Yeah, meanwhile, over here in the middle, we're seeing Blitz and Gladiator challenging this Icy Woods hallway, and it's a trap. It's a trap that Woods is waiting to leash on him. Blitz makes it across.
Yeah, you can see the C4 there. Oh, and they're going to put 2 at it. They just lose one?
I think beginners had a drop.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think they did.
I don't see Woods there anymore, which is why Stray Jack circled over there to cover that angle.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because there's a C4 placed right there that will probably not go detonated now. I stand corrected. Hatter goes down. Stray Jack maybe scooped it up off of the body, or Stray Jack was the one holding it. But either way, they get the kill. And it's a 3v3, or yeah, 3v3. The kill feed up top. Not accurate.
Yeah, more utility coming out. That middle hallway is where the majority of the push continues to come from. Barracks now.
They're in that middle
Good
tunnel.
smoke at the
tunnel.
corner blocks out Stray Jack from peeking.
Oh.
Blitz in the south and Re also in the south. The south is the weakness. If they can deal with pause, that is they can be very close to objective.
Yeah, they do have to worry about Stray Jack, obviously. He has some good coverage downrange. But yeah, they can come up through that side lane and pop right out of OBJ, which is what Pause is covering. Stray Jack watching the long angle, so if Blitz peaks, there's a potential threat there. But yeah, Re has free reign to throw utility down onto this objective. I just don't know what they have left and what their plan is. A minute 15 left. What is the timer going to be looking like here?
Yeah, Re, I guess, is going to catch up with Blitz here, but it's... man, they've got to make the push soon. They don't have much time here for a crash.
Just a hush now as well. Everyone going into their crouching positions. Varix and Re likely to challenge Pause's position here. And I very much heard that Pause communication as well. So you can see Varix now scanning this side. Re does a quick peek and catches Pause out. Stray Jack takes shots as well. That triggers Varix. Pause goes down. And now the on-objective defense on the south is weak. Killinger has to rotate. Stray Jack is off OBJ's side. They could be capping now, and it's fortunate that they're not. Stray Jack's going to crash in. Reese there on the side. Stray Jack finds one, can't get the second. Rome find their Marsoc round and don't get the cap, but at least get the point to tie it up 2 apiece.
Yeah, if Re had gone for that cap, a second or two earlier, he probably would have got it. Stray Jack was crashing in. Blitz had no choice but to take him out. But a good final 3-man push from beginners. From Rome. I mean, Varix was there. Re peaks. They identify Pause, get the kill. Then it forces the rotations, right? Killinger has to rotate to cover the box cap spot. Stray Jack has to rotate to cover that same spot. So, a really good final approach.
And right now, I think we got a lot of connoisseurs shaking in their boots. I mean, geez, Rome is... they are so far in rank, but again, it just shows you how competitive that whole upper half of the league is. They are the dark horse by and large in this series today, and they've kept this tied 2-2 on beginner's map pick. I don't know if the close quarters is what the trick has been for this Rome team, but if it has been, we will soon find out, because we go to a longer range objective for the remainder of the series, truly, because we have gotten those close quarter objectives out of the way, and now we shift entirely on how offense and defense works.
Yeah, and I mean, Rome were in a position to get a cap there, and very close, very nearly did.
That's
so, I mean, they could have taken this to a 3-2 advantage. So you're right in that they are definitely the dark horse here. No one's expecting them to win, but they could definitely pull it off if they get a couple more rounds like the one they just had.
Oh, I can't imagine the havoc this would wreak on the ladders if Rome were able to come out on top here. We'll see as Rome go on the defense. We are now onto a new objective. Like we mentioned, every 2 rounds we switch, and ooh, the fast spawn coming in for beginners, and right out the gate looking for some early kills. Wood's going to throw down the suppressive fire. That gives away their spawn. So it's information for Rome to work off of a little bit. The beginners team isn't going to fully press this. You can look at the overhead. They've sent 3 to spread out a little bit.
There's one east of the lake behind
But still,
the boxes.
this Rome defense now knows where this team is, and keep an eye on everyone as Smoils commits to a large rotation that is equally matched by Reese swinging wide here as well.
Yeah, Reed getting into this bunker is going to be pivotal. So he's got to clear him, and he gets Smoils, who wasn't expecting it. Paz did spot him, but Reed with the great reposition. First kill for Rome. They've got to deal with Reed quickly.
Great reaction there. Really shows the risk of giving away your spawn early. And, well, Reed just played it aggressively off of the knowledge of where this team could possibly be. Now he's a bit overextended. We get to tuck back in and avoid losing that easy trade 1v1. But either way, Rome off to that good start, and beginners now just going to be waiting. We have these long rotations coming in from the likes of Strayjack and one other over here in the south, but that's what beginners is waiting for. They're waiting for Strayjack to find that pick on Tari and have that threat from the opposite side, deny the tight angles that Rome has taken up on that defensive wall there.
Yeah, Paz and Strayjack are going to have to clear Reed, but Icy Woods gets Varix across on the north side.
Yeah, I think what he was expecting was after the initial kills in the fire there that there wouldn't be anyone still here holding that same position. He was going to try and rotate and get a better angle, but Woods plays it disciplined, and as soon as he finds that kill, then he rotates. Patiently waited for it, and we're into that 4v4 now, but still, Rome, I think, better prepared. Gladiator in a nice aggressive position that I don't know Woods will be ready for. As I say that, a nice nade comes in that almost catches him out. Ree goes down to Killinger in the center, and so Rome are losing their hold of this OBJ now. Gladiator definitely pretty far from that objective, and they have one committing to that lake rotation over on the west, so they got to be careful. They could easily be pinched, and beginners could go for the cap here.
Yeah, Paz or Wood continuing to make noise in the north, allowing Strayjack to push in the south. They're coming from south, east, and north at the same time. Gladiator, though, in a bit of a surprise position here.
Yeah.
Could let them pass, but doesn't matter as Strayjack with a nice shot from across the map.
Yep, that rotation was all about to catch out this potentially aggressive defensive positioning, and yeah, it's now down to the 2 on objective, Blitz and Hatter, and they have to play it this way. They cannot afford a cap, so they're going to let beginners come to them, which is exactly how beginners like to play. They like to wait and surround on their objective and then push as one. They got 4 left alive to do it, and they are certainly surrounding. Strayjack has to start his push soon. They've only got 2 minutes left.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Strayjack knows he got the kill. It's definitely not confirmed. Looks like Killinger is trying to confirm it with that frag. Great one, almost hit him.
Copy that.
call for the push came in. Strajack is going to start the rotation. Suppressive fire is going to come in there from Woods down towards objective, and that'll continue with the support of Smoils, and so that's going to be the strat. Gladiator is essentially a radar, though, and
He's still not near
he'll
nearby,
have
so he's still behind
maybe
that,
another
corner
30
of
to
the lake.
40 seconds left, so he'll be pretty useful down to the end of the round if they don't confirm him. He'll actually be tremendously useful to call out this push, and it can allow Blitz to really just stay tucked in and wait for them to be exposed. So I don't know, this will be interesting.
Yeah,
They got to confirm Gladiator.
He's next to the tower right now.
Yeah, Gladiator calls
He's
out.
on the lake side of
They're
the
coming.
tower, but in the corner you can't get him.
Matt
Okay, you
does
got
get
it. I'll
the south
stay there.
kill
Two on
crucial.
me.
Now the
Two on
remaining
me.
3 are
Two
coming
on
from
the left
north.
side, next to the shed. Next to the shed.
Jeez, and you just hear those columns. It's so useful for this Rome defense to have this radar out there. You can see the nade comes in there to put out a potential threat. Finally, the confirm comes in, but it only leaves them with 30 seconds to push onto the objective. Tons of suppressive fire coming through. Blitz has a nice angle through the boxes. It's going to come down to how Hatter holds here on the corner as Killinger's right here, and at least a trade. Blitz finds one. Woods into a 1v1. Blitz, does he know he's here? 13 seconds left. Blitz finds the kill. Rome hold on in a 2v4. Massive callouts from Gladiator that get them multiple kills, prevent Strajack from rotating across the ice, and lock in a lead here, 3-2 on map 1.
Wow, Rome just, despite the numbers disadvantage and, being pressured by Beginners' push there, they just held a rock wall and didn't let him get through. And the time was really ticking. So that was fantastic. And Gladiator's callouts made a massive difference. I think he might have even spotted Strajack coming in the south. He spotted the 3 pushing from the north. So he just allowed Blitz and Matt to know exactly what was coming and prepare for it. And they did their job. They got the picks they needed. Each of them got 2 and shut it down.
Beginners now go and defend that same objective, and it'll come down to that Rome attack if they can lock in map number 1, or if we go to another OBJ. Just, it's not even really, Rome's just playing really well today. I think is what it comes down to. It seems to me they're making the right reads, the right rotations, getting the pick on the Smoils, a really good job dipping down into the lake to deny vision there and pop up for the kill. The callouts from Gladiator really on point, getting them those kills they needed. I mean, really just a solid job right now to get them where they are, 3-2. They're a round away from taking this first map against Beginners, Etch. I mean...
Yeah, Rome right now are a team that have nothing to lose. They've come here, with everybody expecting them to lose. They've come here, without playoff implications because with the week left, they're not going to get in despite a win here. But that's the worst kind of opponent you want to face, right? An opponent who has nothing to lose and is playing not scared. They're playing all the plays out there. So great couple rounds by them.
Absolutely crazy here that Rome have this lead and are looking at map point. Woods they take up a similar position to Gladiator, but we don't have mirrored spawns here, so Woods not going to run in to the same level of early aggression, and it might be an indicator for him to continue this push up this lane, which is maybe going to be his intention. Meanwhile, Rome, they're going to invest in maybe a bit more of a slower paced push here. We heard that when they had the fast spawn. Yeah, and they're Varix confirming it. When they had the fast spawn, they wanted to play it slow. Varix saying there that now that he's set up, he'll wait here for about 2 minutes before they move. And so I think it's just going to be a matter of Rome getting into their spread out positions and trying their own hand at collapsing onto this objective. But again, it's not going to be an easy task up against Beginners. Beginners certainly going to be putting on their competitive face now if it wasn't on earlier. Down a point here to Rome. I mean, Beginners don't want to lose. This is about seeding for them. If they lose to this team, it's going to be a tremendous hit to their MMR, and they very well could get shifted out of first place. They have a huge control over that first place MMR right now, but this would be a massive hit to them.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, I don't think they'd lose their first place spot because they've got a 40 MMR lead, but just, to lose to a team this much lower than you in ranking a week before playoffs, that's
Yeah.
There's an effect there mentally for sure.
Yeah. Just tracking Varix here on that long swing. He goes for that far south rotation. Meanwhile,
Blitz, watch this
Gladiator
angle. I'm gonna run.
and Blitz going to be pushing in up here from the north, and they could be running into woods in due time. He has that forward aggressive pushed up position, just sort of waiting for anyone to come in from this north end, but obviously hasn't spotted anything just yet. Gladiator and Blitz have options. They don't need to push towards woods. They could swing left and cut down through the center, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll just see what the trade looks like, and if they spot out woods tucked in there.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ree and Mad Hatter have made it
I'm gonna go left.
into the bunker area, clearing all of that out. So good push so far. A lot of clearing going on. They've secured good amounts of the map and are pushing forward. I think you're right about woods, though. That's the first kill they've got to get. Blitz scanning that area, just a few seconds away from spotting woods, or other way around perhaps, as there is a little bit of a hill on the peaks there that's preventing them from seeing each other.
Yeah, they do send one up through the center there, but it's it's interesting. Ree and Matt are already up where Gladiator is going to rotate out to, and I gotta wonder if he's gonna be ready for them to be in front of him. But they have control already up here of this tower position, and so Gladiator should have a free walk to get up to the rest of his team. But so far, Rome have pushed forward and not done a whole lot. They don't have a lot of information. This beginner's defense is super tight. It's waiting for the push onto this warehouse, and that has not come yet. So time definitely going to be a factor for this Rome squad.
Oh, but I see Wood's gonna run out just as Blitz is prone right below his line of sight, and there's the first kill for Rome.
Blitz, did they get you? Blitz. Oh, Blitz get someone. Blitz got someone.
Woods just, if he was maybe 20 seconds more
no.
patient, but Ree is gonna find Smoils. The north coverage is slowly weakening down now.
Yeah, this looks a lot like beginner's offensive attack last round. Minute 20 left, though. It's going to come down to executing effectively with the time. Beginners can play into that hand. They really are going to force Rome to come to them. They don't have to peek out. They don't have to challenge. I just wonder if Rome are tracking the time effectively. Hatter seems to be in a bit of a rush as he does push forward here towards this, again, objective hangar where the true defensive setup is. Pause catches Gladiator coming in from the north. The smokes are coming in. They're a bit slow. The trades there up through the center. Quickly we're into a 2v2. Beginners have even to the odds. There's a res available which does come through. So 3v2 now.
Baron's pushing up the south side. Might catch an exposed Stray Jack. There's that. He has to get paused next if he can. Then this push can happen. Oz distracted by both sides.
Huge. Oz finds one. Looks for the double, and he can't get it. Hatter picks up the kill. Rome have taken map one against beginners.
Wow. What is happening? I mean, the first two rounds did not look like this, and Rome just woke up and said, "We're here to play."
This is crazy, because now I was thinking when I was looking at the map pool, USS Quest is there. If Rome wanted to throw a curveball, that's a good option. Beginners are good on the map, though, which is kind of an issue. The beginners are solid on USS Quest, but if you did want to try and throw some bit of a curveball, that is an option that Rome can go to. The close quarters was working for them. Quest is a huge close quarters map, and so maybe that's where we head. It does seem that they are going to stick to that close quarters theme. Suburbia is going to be our choice for map 2, so not far off, I suppose, on the prediction, but I don't even know. They won 2 rounds. Maybe they should have gone to the range, because that seemed to be doing well for them.
Yeah, it's they won a bit of both. I mean, they definitely won range and close quarters there. I don't know. I mean, I guess going middle is kind of your safe bet there. But
Yeah.
wow, Rome has woken up and are here to. They want this win.
I don't know about this. About this Suburbia pick, though. It could.
I think.
Beginners are solid on it. Beginners are no slouches on this map. They are competitive players on Suburbia, and they've gotten better and better on this map. They've been innovating strategy-wise, and I don't know if Rome are necessarily ready for that.
Yeah, and I think another difference maker is going to be utility usage, and we saw really good utility from beginners in the first 2 rounds. And Suburbia is a map where that can come into huge effect. I mean, grenades from Killinger, C4 from Woods, and the like will definitely be a difference maker. So if Rome can avoid, having those invisible kills from utility, they can have an advantage. They're winning the gunfights. I mean, they're definitely able to have the coordination and win those. I think utility usage was a difference in the first rounds that beginners won.
This is quite something. Rome has a lot of momentum right now. I think when we look at how they played on Snow Peak, they were locked in. The comms coming in from Gladiator, very intense, very focused. That's an indicator of how they're playing this series. And for them to have that first map and be able to go into their comfort zone for map 2, they just have to really keep riding that energy, keep that focus throughout this series, and they could potentially challenge beginners here again. And I know this may sound like we're rooting against beginners, but it's just a tremendous underdog situation here for Rome. This is just not what was expected. Beginners, for all intents and purposes, have been playing very good towards the later half of this season, very much earning that first place position, and it is not coming easy here for them in this series. We do go in now to round number 1 of map 2, and we'll see how Rome attack.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna go 4
as they go on the offense.
4-2-1.
Yeah, this is 110 MMR, 24 ranks difference. Just 30-1 odds from the connoisseurs.
Watch the APC
There's
here.
so much of a difference here, but that's not what we're seeing on the field, and
No, it's not.
love to see it.
An interesting smoke play. Almost feels like it's supporting Smoils and allowing him to get to APC. Frags coming in. That one nearly catches Wood. An aggressive push up through the center. One trade, 1-for-1. Reed does get control of second story, though, and I wonder if Paz and Strajak are aware of this. They are. Paz is coming up. Reed concerned about the potential threat for him and calling out different positions. It forces actually Strajak to rotate off of that front porch spot. It tucks inside, and this is quite an interesting bit of a conundrum that this beginners team finds themselves in, because Ree should not be up here with their defensive setup.
I'm just gonna hang out down here.
Matter finds Icy Woods on the other side. Ree finds a trade with Paz. It's a 3v2 right now with south side of OBJ very weak. One more pick onto Smoils, and this is very, very bad.
Oh, yeah.
Blitz is approaching Smoils. I mean, if Blitz and Varix coordinate this and get this first pick, Mad Hatter pushing towards that lane 1 APC. Strajak sees the weakness, but unable to rotate fast enough.
Yeah, now Smoils in a panic, trying to cover multiple angles, gets overwhelmed. Varix peeks out, and I think they realize that they could have had a potential cap opportunity in their hands, but nonetheless, they take a Marsoc round in the lead again here on map 2.
I think this is the 5th unanswered point from Rome. Yeah, I think so. I think beginners won the first two and haven't scored a point since.
You know, again, Rome are just playing really good. Yeah, they just look to be really nicely in sync. They're finding the picks they need. They're throwing good utility. And I don't know if this is a something that Rome has been practicing on to prepare for the postseason, the upcoming Challenger Cup, but they're going to be certainly going up in rank. I don't know if they'll have, I don't know, maybe if they can get a challenge in and they have another week of regular matches. You know, anything's possible, but they are putting up a great series here against beginners that I don't even know if they were ready to be putting up right now.
I think they're just as surprised as we are. I mean, they I've heard some of them being surprised, but they realize that, hey, this after the first couple rounds, they know the momentum is on their side, and I mean, beginners know what to do. They've got to reset here. They've got to just pull out some of the plays that they can pull out, but I don't see any tendencies from Rome that they can try to exploit or counter. They're just playing sound fundamental Onward right now.
Yeah.
On all fronts, there's no gimmicks going on.
It's really going to come down to beginners starting to execute. You know, they are a team that is very good at this, and they just got to bounce back. I very rarely see them not answer back in kind, and so we cannot count this beginners team out from a competitive series here by any stretch of the word, and so we'll see what they can do on offense as we dive into round number 2. Beginners now have their chance at an attack with a similar spawn. See if they do apply as equally aggressive pressure. Reed does push up to try and counter that aggression early, but will it be enough?
Lots of frags from Rome coming out to catch them blitz here. That surprise spoils. He gets the kill, and Ree as well. Ree pushing up further, finds another pause. Ree gonna continue, gonna get Killger and Strayjack, maybe. Nope.
Wow, a huge swing from Ree, and beginners get completely shut down because of that aggressive extension up through the center, and it's going to come down to Woods and Strayjack. We've seen 2v4s already today, but that is not how they wanted to start this round.
Yeah, Ree with some fantastic plays there just to recognize the chaos and just swing before beginners could react. I mean, there's so much going on that havoc up the middle.
Another kill there, and beginners cut down to 1. I see Woods in the 1v4.
Yeah, Blitz with a fantastic reposition there. Comes off the sandbags and takes an alternate angle that Strayjack just walked into. I see Woods, I don't even know what intel he has. I don't think he has any clue who killed his teammates from where. Maybe he has an idea about a lane 1 position, and he just drops off the slide as Blitz peeks that angle. That could have been a kill for Woods.
Pillage some utility here and try and clear out any porch defense. And yeah, this is gonna be a tough one. I don't think he has enough smokes to blind out middle house, but I think his best bet would have been committing to that east rotation there. It would have only really had to square up against a select few and maybe had a line onto that cap. Who knows? But I think coming out through the center is going to be a bit tougher. Yeah, I think if he killed Varix and then smoked exactly where he's... Oh, that's a great smoke. Okay, this is the start. Perfect. Right where he wants it. Now he has to go off that smoke and commit to this side and kill Varix, but he's actually going to go on the opposite end and rotate around. That smoke going to be a distraction for him to cut over to the other side of the map and potentially find some kills from APC.
Yeah, and the distraction worked as Mad Hatter, Blitz, and Varix were all keyed into lane 3. Blitz has to hold his responsibility on lane 1 and lane 2. If Blitz decides to extend too much, which it looks like he might think about doing, could be the first domino in a collapse of dominoes for Rome.
Another smoke coming in, the last from Woods. Oh, and Blitz is getting aggressive. Wow, he pushes out, he extends, he finds the kill. Rome are up 2-0 on their map 2 here. They are 2 rounds away from taking this series away from the #1 team.
This is incredible. I mean, if they can get a 4-0 on Suburbia, I mean, wow. They've got a formula that's working. We're seeing the aggression. We're seeing the utility. I wonder if beginners are going to adjust and just hold back a little bit more and get some countering angles. Or maybe Rome are going to switch it up. I mean, if they can do that, that'll be the mark of whether they can win, I think. Can Rome switch it up on this map to do things a little differently than what they did last time?
We don't go to any new objectives just yet, so no big curveballs getting thrown at either one of these squads. Stay the tried and true, go to the opposite side of the map towards red car, and yeah, it's the momentum really riding in Rome's favor right now. They're playing it competitive and quick. They're finding the kills they need and then executing off of those kills well. Certainly an impressive series to see from them so far, and maybe a bit of a shock to some. Certainly to us here at the desk, but again, I refuse to count beginners out. They are just not a team that lets up easy and would allow sort of a sweep even to come through. This defensive round's certainly going to be tight. And again, it'll come down to if Rome just execute well, if they put their utility where they need to, if they find the frags they need to. Maybe even some beginners excel at finding that early pre-fire kills. With this objective, there's certainly a potential for some early kills through the wood if Rome do get a little bit lackadaisical on their push here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This Rome team's still pumped up. They know what they're doing here, and
Yeah.
they're just in the moment. They just want each round.
T4 coming out from Smoils. Looks like it's going to get tossed over towards running truck side. Oh, and actually, does that go over the sandbag? Yeah, it did. What a toss. Look at that. What a great placement, but it's all going to be for naught because Smoils goes down through the wood. Picked up by Blitz. Killinger able to find a kill of his own, at least, onto Varix, trying to come in towards objective. But
Beta4 below small.
yeah, Killinger realizing now they have lost Smoils, that they have that weak point, and Strayjack has to cover.
The Rome offense looks to be pushing that lane 1 side. Strayjack there to reinforce, so more utility coming out. That one might be a good frag onto Killinger.
Oh. Shots are going to be good. Blitz finds the kills. No one watching that north side, and now comes the utility and smokes. Rome might be on the hunt for a potential cap here as they're into the 4v2. Gladiator comes flying out off of a flash pause, able to regain vision and find that kill with the support of his teammate. Rome cut down to 3, but it's not done yet. 4:30 left on the clock. They have a lot of time to readjust.
Yeah, I wonder if Blitz will choose to go across the street. It's going to be tough with Paz watching that long angle. We've got good positions right now. Rome have to play this carefully. They know where Paz is, at the very least. They might know where Woods is as well.
Yeah, I mean, Woods is in a standard spot. It's a super good position, especially for this objective. You have that solid concrete on both your left and right to defend, and that tiny little slice to peek out. But it's super common, and so Ree is scanning that gap there, and he consistently has to mix this push, but Woods peeks up just barely over the top. What a smart way to utilize that small little ledge there to camouflage his rifle and shots.
Yeah, Mad and Blitz now in a tough position. They've got to know where these defenders are, but there's such hard spots to clear out. Gonna need some more utility to do it. Some smokes would pay off plentiful here, but I see Woods gonna find Blitz, just leaving it to a 1v2 now. Mad throws a smoke, tries to get across, or maybe make a distraction.
Yeah, get some information at least. He now knows Paz is on that other side of the porch. Has an idea of where Woods is. So it's just a matter of executing on the information he has now. It's still a guessing game, though. He didn't see Woods. He just heard the gunshots. So he has to scan a few different positions. He pretty much knows where Paz is based off of the gunfire there, but he checks the tablet, realizes he's the last one alive, aware of the time he has left. He's going to continue to try to push out.
The problem is there's no way to kill Paz without exposing yourself to Woods effectively. And there's really no good approaches onto Woods without utility usage, so this is going to be hard for Hatter. I mean, it was hard for 3 of them, just 1. It's even harder.
It should have an accurate kill count to some extent, though. And so we should know that he's only up against 2, but is the ultimate question. He can actually avoid Woods through this whole push, essentially, if he wants to just challenge Paz. But Paz does peek out there at the last second. Beginners finally on the board. I think, like you said, 6 unanswered points, but they bounce back here. And maybe this is the beginning of Beginners swinging the momentum.
Yeah, that was a good defensive hold, but Rome did, put that into a 3, I think a 4v2 it was maybe. Or maybe it was a 3v2. I think it was a 4v2 actually to begin with. So they were looking strong, but some good final positions from Paz and Woods there that were very hard to push onto. I don't know. I mean, Rome needs to continue their role on the points, because if they can get to a 3-1, then they're putting so much pressure on Beginners to win the next round, and everything rides on that. So putting your opponent into positions of low error margin, that changes the tide of how they play.
Yeah, if they allow the 2-2, it's just Beginner's game to work with. It's
right.
It's hard to play against Beginners, because truly to win rounds, you have to play those rounds so focused. And some teams ebb and flow in their focus, and if you can figure out, okay, we can take it a little bit easy here or something, you can relax a bit. But there's just no moment here for Rome to relax going up against Beginners. They have to continue to put up their best every single round, and that is hard to do. And so it's going to come down to, can Rome stay consistent on how they've been performing so far in this series, or are Beginners going to do what they do and stay resilient throughout the course of a match and bounce back? It's all up to Rome defending here as Beginners attack for round number 3, 4. Do the math. You do the math.
Yeah, Rome.
Before toss there into the center. Lots of suppressive fire from Beginners, a standard for them now. Ever since Season 10, a strategy that they have come more and more into, that heavy LMG, double LMG setup.
Yeah, pretty standard positions from this defense. Gladiator, though, tucked behind a bush, is potentially going to surprise any attackers coming out of 3 or lane 1.
Yeah, there's a solid spot. That C4 also tucked up in through the center. That's going to be a huge element when that center push comes through. Paz, Smoils, and Strajek are playing this very passively. They're playing for a aggressive push up through playground. It is a common defensive strategy. You can see on the east side there. Some players, some teams extend up to the bus at times. They'll commit up into that playground area and challenge. And so the offensive rollout here from beginners was to be wary of that. They had the two-story line down into the playground to make sure that wasn't coming through. And now going to push up through the center. That nade, not going to catch that C4 that's placed in the middle, but I think, it was intended for that corner spot that Strajek now clears. You know, we don't talk about how hard it is to make a C4 work. You know, it's really challenging to time it right and detonate it at the right time. Woods finds one. You see the C4 there get detonated to no success, so that utility gone. A heavy smoke wall. Look at this smoke wall edge.
Wow. Yeah, just they're trying to get across. But Ree is here to surprise them as they push. They try to clear it. They try to pre-fire, but not going to quite find him just yet. Ree swings, finds one. Now they know he's there. They try to pre-fire him through the woods, but he finds two. Second and Killinger.
Gets the heal off as well, and Paz can hear these footsteps. Doesn't take any shots through the wood. He's worried about the other threat from Gladiator, who's taking shots in his direction, and Ree pushes out to get a third. A huge shutdown from him on this side. They pre-fired the corner. Those bullets literally missed by inches over his head, and then he peeks out off of it to find the kills. Huge play there from Ree. Rome staying in this one on defense, but Strajek picks up another kill, and he seems unaware to Ree.
Yeah, if Ree makes a good peek here, he could find and expose Strajek, who's not expecting him at all. But he's going to hold cross-coverage lines with Gladiator, it seems like, to protect him. And Strajek is trapped. I mean, he could get shot by Ree or Gladiator at any point here. So that's a difficult... He can't even get out of that spot, really.
Yeah, the only concern is Blitz on a rotation here. If Blitz over-rotates and extends out, he could potentially go down. But actually, he's tucked in very tight, so he's not going to be pushing out anytime soon. And yeah, they have essentially a triangle crosshatch onto objective. That's what they're trying to create here. And the only thing is that Smoils could do some damage on this rotation.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ree isn't peeking out to Strajek. He must think that the shots are behind the house, maybe. He's very disciplined here and just holding this angle towards 3. He might spot Smoils, though. He doesn't quite look at that right spot at the time. Now he's holding that angle. Smoils gets across white car.
Now Strajek shooting. Smoils comes in. This is the pinch. They're hitting it from both sides. Smoils did take shots and is not getting... I don't even know if Gladiator heard those. No, Blitz certainly did. Blitz here now to watch. Maybe overcommit.
Strajek luckily gets out of there, though. Ree doesn't spot him. Gladiator on the backside might get shot by Strajek if he's not careful.
This is crazy. Gladiator could find 2. Smoils not ready for this swing. Gladiator picks up 1, and now Strajek is going to be challenging on this side lane. Gladiator peeks out. He spots him there on the corner. Shots are coming through the shrubs, but they don't tag him. Neither one finds purchase. Strajek lives another day.
Gladiator calls that out. They know he's there, but Strajek is going to rotate off. And, man, he's got to find Ree. That's the first pick that Strajek needs. But if he's going to come out of lane 3 or lane 2, he might have an angle, but Ree does drop off an angle. Oh, and Strajek is out of ammo.
He picks up a gun, finds the kill off of that. Picked up Ree, though. Finally peeks out from his position. Strajek trying to run it back. Can't quite do it. Rome up 3-1 on map 2 here. A point away from taking this series.
My God, I mean, Ree's just shut down on that lane 1 side. Just turned the tides there. If he had allowed them, if he had gone down and let them get in the backyard, I would put money that beginners win that round, but he was able to just take out 3, survive, and take out a 4th at the end there. Just an amazing individual play there from Ree. In a spot with no cover. You know, he's behind these fences that don't provide cover and is able to take out 3 beginners pushing him.
What a fantastic series to be tuning in here on venues. I can't believe that Rome have managed to put up these points, and we'll see if they can take this series away from beginners. It would be just the worst timing for this beginners team to have such a loss hit them. It'll put them in a position where their seeding could be at risk, and if it's not, it will be in their next matchup if they lose that one. So definitely not what they want here in the last 2 weeks of regular season. And for those that maybe are just tuning in, maybe aren't aware of the VRML, we run leagues for several different games: Echo Arena, Pavlov, Onward, and the whole idea behind these leagues is you compete over the course of several months sometimes. In this case, it's been 14 weeks to battle up your way to the top of a ranked ladder. These teams right now, beginners, are ranked #1 worldwide, and Gladiator or Rome are ranked number 25 or 24 worldwide. So the disparity in rank is huge, but we've been saying throughout the whole season that the top 20 are super competitive this season. And I mean, geez, maybe the top 25 are super competitive, Edge. I don't know. Where is the cutoff? Because Rome is really excelling here. An aggressive rollout from beginners does shut down an initial push up through the center. A great flash denies Gladiator and Ree their push up. Strayjack committing heavily to a push up through the backside, and Blitz is ready for it. Killinger gets a kill, and beginners are just full sending it on defense here. Killinger finds another. Gladiator able to get the refrag. The push coming in from Ree up through the center. They trade in through the middle, and we're into a 2v2.
Gladiator might find Smoils on the backside here. Smoils isn't ready. Smoils stands up, might make a push here. He might find Gladiator instead. Pulling it back in a 1v2 now. Mad Hatter's the only one alive.
Beginners trying something different. Their defense last round didn't work. They've been having issues getting rounds up against this Rome squad, and they have these quick plays. They have these fast defenses in their playbook. It's not something they haven't practiced, and they just didn't bring it out against Rome until now, and it may be what they needed. They're into the 1v2, but geez, what a risk to take, you know?
Yeah, and it was definitely a bit of a dice roll. If Gladiator had pushed a little bit further, a little bit quicker, found Smoils, we'd be looking at a 2v1 with pause in the middle house and probably a trade refrag situation where Rome take it. But by taking that risk, by going for that dice roll, they ended up winning a bit of it. And Smoils there almost peeks out and spots Mad. Mad gets down and survives that.
And here we go. 4 minutes. All the time in the world for Mad to work with. Swing APC and try and find... maybe pause through the window first and then Smoils ground floor, but... I don't know if Paz is going to be peeking out that window looking towards APC. I doubt it. He should stay tucked in at this point. No need to be overextending, and Smoil is also going to be playing pretty tucked. So it's going to come down to Mad just crashing down onto that house.
Yeah, I wonder if Mad Hatter could make it to spawn house. Because if he could, he would have some angles onto Smoils potentially if he gets the right timing and peak. At least get some intel, maybe.
Yeah, and clear out for himself that space, you know, to know that there's nobody there potentially threatening. I suppose at this point, since he hasn't been shot, you can kind of assume that there's very likely nobody up in those windows. And you can see he's nervous about this commitment. He keeps checking over into that windowsill there.
He's across the street now. I think he's going to go for the spawn house, which is the play to make here.
I've seen this cross kill a lot of people, though, right here. You're super exposed right now on this commitment to try and get to where you're going, and so any peek up through that window is detrimental to Mad. I don't think he wants to... Is Smoils checking out here? Is anyone checking out here? I think maybe he could sprint at this point.
Smoils might make the peek. He's about to make the peek. Mad doesn't spot him. Smoils does.
I thought he would sneak east, not west.
Huge shutdown there. The 1v2 pays off in beginner's favor, and yeah, they do not let this one go without a fight. Keeping it tight here. 3-2. They now go on the offense on that inside house objective, and what do? You know, are they going to commit to another aggressive sendout, or is Rome going to potentially overcommit on their defense? You know, I feel like Rome is going to try and counter that aggressive defense with one of their own. And if beginners play it right, they could find some picks off of that over-aggression from Rome.
Yeah, I think the same. I think that Rome are going to get aggressive here. Keep them outside of the house. Don't even give an opportunity for a cap, and beginners are going to exploit that and get some kills with their own. But again, it might be a dice roll, like we saw last round. Aggressive defense on middle house ends up being a dice roll, which either team could win.
Appreciate everyone dropping by and hanging out here today. Big shout out to all the folks tuning in on Venues, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Really do appreciate the support from the community. And we cast because the community likes it. I wouldn't be here if I had any other feedback. So shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I, really do, again, appreciate that support. Also, if you don't know what Venues is, it is a app that you can download on your Oculus Quest or Quest 2, and you can essentially watch these games in a movie theater-esque environment with the rest of your with a group of your friends. It's a really cool way to socialize and enjoy the VRML matches. And again, if you are tuning in Venues right now, a shout out to you. Appreciate all of the folks that catch the VRML action, no matter your familiarity with the game or not. And we go to our next round. Round number 6. Series point on the line again for Rome. If they can just hold on, it will be all theirs. But beginners, not going to let it up that easy. Retaking a similar position to that of last. If you do recall that triple kill he found here last time.
Smoils with the frag kill. Killinger tries to get another frag, which would have got Ree if he stayed in that spot. Moves off, stays alive. Well, Blitz is just down. Gladiator going to go for this reg, which could be deadly as Stray Jack as they're waiting.
Was I hit the guy in that house?
Ooh. They're losing their defense here. The swing from Smoils picks up the double. Rome cut down to 2. Ree tries to frag and kill and readjust the kill feed, but can't. Killinger finds that, and Varix alone in a 1v4. This is dangerous. Beginners could cap here. It'll be hard to get past Varix, but...
defend this house. I mean, this is looking like Beginner is going to take this 3-3 unless Varix can pull off some master plays here.
I think it would really be more of a beginner's mistake. You know, they'd have to send one at a time into this building.
More frags rolling in. Mad Hatter is still alive and able to watch the front.
Yeah, he's actually in a pretty safe spot. He'll be able to put out a lot of call-outs.
He's in as good as well-aimed spot.
Hatter spots out Woods, able to call that in.
more comms from Barracks.
Circlement begins as Strayjack and Spoils are on the east side, west side. Killinger is on the east side. Woods on the south side. Barracks is about to be overwhelmed. Or Killinger will spot him through the window and shoot him.
I don't think Barracks is watching that window. More concerned about the back entry here.
I actually don't think any of the beginners are expecting him downstairs here. They're all looking up.
Woods might catch him. Now there's the peak. Killinger comes out. Woods scans, and
I would have thought he was
beginners lock in that Marsoc round with 4 alive. A bit of a different beginners offense there. That obviously works well, but now we go to our next objective. It is a new one in Playground. Rome are going to attack this, and I think I honestly put the favor into the oops, wrong score there, into the hands of beginners here. They are doing really good to innovate on these new objectives and find certain angles or different ways to push that will get them early picks. And so I think if Rome aren't ready, beginners could very well come out on defense here and snag an early kill or two through the bushes or from some sort of odd angle out that they end up taking.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an aggressive round for both sides. And Rome started off this map with a 3-1 lead, and now we're into a 3-3. So this is a pivotal round for them, because if they give this up, if we go into beginners map choice, it might be the match for beginners.
I wonder where they would take it. Wonder where beginners would go for that map 3. Downfall's on the table. They've played cargo well lately. I think they've picked into it too, so maybe cargo. Not sure where they will want to head, but they certainly don't want to lose this series, so it'll be somewhere they're comfortable. We're not there just yet, though, as we do get in to the action. The final round of map number 2. But look at this. This is going to be... Look at that smoke wall. They're going to try and send... Are they going to commit to an aggressive swing onto the side and get one behind them?
We've got 2 did make it across onto the north side. This is going to be deadly. Icywood's going to continue that push.
Blitz is on the rotation, but he's not ready. Woods finds one. Killinger with another up towards the objective side and leaves them down with 3. Scratch that 2 as Ferrix goes down. Rome falling apart here when the pressure is on. They were just a point away from taking the series, and now beginners are looking to shut them down. Finally, the North denied as Gladiator takes out Woods, and even the odds just a touch. I'm trying to figure out where the third is from Rome. I think they might have had a disconnect themselves. They did. They're down to 2.
Yeah. Unfortunate timing on that, but
you should just be very
Ree in the
slow
south and Gladiator in the north. Killinger's the next up on the hit list. Ree's got to clear out middle house somehow.
Ooh. One more. I got one more.
Strayjack opening up more in the north.
Huge pickups for Gladiator here to shut down that flanking attempt.
Killinger is in spawn house in mid house 2nd floor.
Re-identifies that Killinger is in the middle house. They're still just holding for more aggression from this beginners team.
I wonder if they'll be ready for the extension from Ree there. Killinger certainly should have heard the comms from Ree, I would imagine.
Yeah, Killinger with the rotation of his own gets outside
That's so
onto the porch,
risky.
looking to where Ree is gonna pop out of. If Ree stays low enough, he can clear that.
Oh my goodness. Killinger spots him out. Ree overcommitting. Doesn't scan the porch, and now Gladiator's stuck in a 1v3 scenario. Not what he is hoping for, and we'll see if Rome can hang on. Beginner's looking good on their defensive round. He has to attack into this, and so you almost forget there for a moment that Rome was even attacking because it was Beginners committing to the aggression.
Yeah, the route here for Gladiator. He throws a smoke. They know where he is. He can maybe clear out Smoils.
Well, should hear these footsteps, though.
He walks right in the middle of Killinger and Smoils here. Is he gonna look right and spot Killinger? Don't think he's gonna be ready for that.
He needs to. I don't think Killinger's looking here.
Oh man.
Killinger's not.
Oh man.
So that's Killinger. Now he's actually in a nice little spot here. Gosh, he has gotten behind this defense.
Yeah, he could find Oz exposed, he could find Smoils exposed.
Killinger.
Hears it, he's gonna swing.
Good commitment from him. And Gladiator just not ready for the porch position. Killinger finding some key kills there. Keeps Beginners in this one. They lock in map number 2. And like I said, you can never count them out. They will make things difficult. Take it to a map number 3. And I gotta wonder what they choose for this third map. Oh, I suppose this isn't a surprise. They're gonna take it. Well, I don't know. I guess it is a bit of a surprise, but they are gonna take it to Downfall. A map that Beginners do play well normally, but on the range we saw on Snow Peak, Rome did take 2 rounds unanswered. So I don't know. We'll see what the range of Downfall brings here for this Rome squad. But I do know that it is a comfort zone for Beginners. It is a place that they will go if they need to lock in a win, and they do play it well most of the time. I think I've seen them lose, or at least come close to losing Downfall a few times, so it is possible, but it's going to come down to Rome just executing and playing as well as they have been, just playing together as a squad and staying active on the comms, staying focused. It's so hard to do after losing a 3-1 like that. They were so close to the series, and now they have to do it all over again.
Yeah, and the focus and mental effort part is so huge. They've got to go into these Downfall rounds and, hold off on defense for 6 minutes every round. And they do have bulk advantage, but can they hold off those defensive rounds? And knowing Beginners are going to take all the time that they have, so they will force the patience of this Rome team.
Yeah, seeing predictions from chat, Cargo would be interesting. Yeah, it certainly would have been an interesting choice, but not what they end up going with. We are waiting for a 5th from Rome, so I wonder if we're going to see a sub here for the range. Looking at their roster, I'm not sure who they would pull in here. But I guess one comment that I've been seeing in chat is that this is not the Rome of old, the Rome that's been around for 6 seasons necessarily. It does have Gladiator in some play. I think some other players that have been on the team for a while, but they have made some new pickups as well. Blitz being one of them, I believe, who is currently not in lobby, so maybe that they'll be subbing him out for another that they've brought into the roster. But he was playing great so far in this series, and it's. I wonder if that was a big element in why Rome played so well in these first 2 maps. But regardless, they just. It's crazy. It really has me scratching my head on the Challenger Cup. I don't know how we can have a winner. It's like how can we determine a winner when everyone is as good as each other?
My opinion is we got to expand the playoffs. I think we got to make it bigger and it'll just make it more fun.
Yeah, bigger, longer.
True.
I don't need a voice. Who cares? I guess at the end of the day, though, you do have to cull it down. You do have to find your one champion of the league, and teams are going to win or lose. And so it'll be interesting to see what that postseason holds for us. Again, we are still just waiting for Rome to connect here, but for now we can chat it up, I suppose. I guess now I can do my sponsor shout-outs, or at least some of them. One I definitely do want to do is VRware. They are our merch, one of our merch sponsors. If you go to the VRML.com website, you can see the VRML merchandise link. You click that, it'll take you to the VRware website. Some new VRML merch coming out. I think it's out already. It looks really good. I'm pretty stoked about it. The designs and the coloring are sick, so I'm definitely going to get my hands on some of that. I recommend you take a gander as well. And in addition to that merch, we also have Arma. We think we have an Arma code where you can get 20% off if you use code VRML. They provide us with fantastic quality jerseys. If you want to get your logo branded on a jersey that says VRML on it, you can, with your name on the back, you can get the whole thing over at Arma. It's I have one. I have 2 actually, and I really like them. They are high quality jerseys, so that's something you want to take a look at. You can. In addition to that, in terms of high quality, I recommend you check out VR Cover. They provide face cushions for all sorts, for all of the VR headsets. I frankly can't play VR without my VR cover attached, or a VR cover. I need that extra enhanced comfort to go the long hours that you do when you play VR. And in terms of long hours, we have Rebuff Reality. They also have just come out with a brand new, I think it's 10-hour battery pack. It might be 8. But either way, it's their battery pack that adds a significant amount of battery life to the Quest, and also a good amount of comfort. Adds a bit of balance to the headset, pulls back on the strap a bit, pulling the pressure off of your face. A good deal. So you add that with the VR cover, and you're seriously enhancing the comfort of any device that you use. In particular, the Quest, obviously, if you have that power pack. We also have, in terms of immersion, some fantastic sponsors such as Cyber Shoes. They provide a shoe that you can strap onto your feet, and when you run in real life, it translates to running in-game. So, again, a really great way to enhance the immersion and get a good workout, frankly. Also, if you want more immersion, check out the B Haptics vest. You can feel the bullets on impact. Onward is a supported game for that haptics vest. And so, yeah, I mean, what more can you ask for when you want to literally feel the impact of shots on your chest? And then last but not least, the ProTube VR, enhancing your aim with a nice stabilized stock. And if you want to add to the immersion, you can get the force feedback stock that'll actually recoil in the shoulder with the shots of your gun. It's, again, just a huge immersion enhancer. I think that covers it. We also have, no, it doesn't. We also have Asterion. They provide really cool mounts chart for any headset, but in particular the Quest. It provides a chargeable headset stand where you can put the Quest on it and then plug it in right to the stand. RGB lighting around it as well. Very cool. Do recommend you check it out. And I think that covers it. It is a long list, and at the end of the day, they all come together to offer up to $14,000 in prizing, $10,000 in cash, $4K in hardware. That will total for the cumulative prize pool at the end of the season, which we are just a week now, a week and 2 days away from, or a week and a day at this point, Etch. But geez, it is super exciting. Oh, I obviously HyperX coming in to sponsor us with the high quality mics, the HyperX Quadcast, as you hear my voice on it. They also offer high quality wireless earphones or earbuds. You can connect that to the Bluetooth of the Quest if you do want to go full wireless. Pretty cool little way you can do that. But they also offer pricing for our final the finals. Sorry, I got distracted there. We lost Etch for a second. And so, yeah, again, a huge shout out to all of the sponsors. Big thank you to them. We are into an official timeout at this point, if you didn't catch on to that and are wondering why we haven't started. Started about 2 minutes ago, so we are going to cut to a brief intermission, and we will be back with the map number 3 series decider. Should only be about 8 or 9 minutes until we dive into the action, maybe sooner. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for patiently waiting through the long pause. We had multiple tech issues hit us, actually, here. For starters, Rome had one lose internet connection, so they took an official timeout. That's 15 minutes total, and then they have to start the round. When we did come to start the round, they only had 4, but the map then was having issues starting, so we had to re-host the lobby, where we now have a 5v5. They reconnected their 5th, and we are diving into the action now. Rome, oh, actually resetting. Or not? Yes, they are. Okay, jeez. So a false start. But you can see there, I think they subbed out Blitz for Psychilo, so oh gosh, we're gonna have to figure out how to pronounce that one. That is what the sub was there. You can see that there on the rosters. Nothing coming in from beginners, same 5 there. If you are just tuning in, we'll pop over to the full scoreboard real quick to take a look at the active scoreline today. Rome taking the first map on Snow Peak 4-2. Beginners scraping away with a comeback from 3-1 on Suburbia and taking it 4-3. And we now head to Downfall. After a long pause and a time for these teams to cool down, we'll see what we get on Downfall. Beginners map pick in the final map of the series decider.
Okay, I made it to my spot.
There's one outside of their objective building. Fuck, he ran back in. Never mind, he's safe.
Early shots from Pause there, identifying that rotation out there. Silico's certainly at risk from being tagged, but luckily tucks into a corner to avoid the initial shots and is now inside. That Rome defense, as we saw there roll out, looking very tight, not extending out, not getting over aggressive on the wall, not pushing up to the 3-story. They're going to allow beginners control of the whole map, leading up to the objective space. Their coverage pretty solid on the south and covering out from the truck. They have a very weak coverage, however, of the outside. Varix, their lone defender, through the window to hold the outdoor objective cap. And so if this push comes in from the north and works, that's going to be the key element for this beginners team. But for now, they're doing what they do best, spreading out and conquering the map on all the angles and then pinching in from all of the sides. It will be the end plan for beginners, but it takes time to get set up and in position and search out for all of the potential defensive angles that Rome have taken. Oh, I also forgot to mention that Etch has departed. He had internet issues of his own, and so maybe he's close to one of the. Maybe lives close to Blitz. I don't know what happened, but an ISP outage there, so it'll just be me carrying us along for the rest of this map. But I think that'll be just fine. It's going to be an action-packed one at that. At risk of being scooped up by Paz if he overcommits to one of these windows. Paz doesn't have any extra amplification, though, so he's actually not going to really be able to ID easily, at least, anyone in those windows. If he had a 4 times, I could see that being an easier possibility.
Fuck, I still can't get that guy in the fucking basement.
Space Jack working shots towards Mad Hatter, can't find those.
Yo, Alpha Sancho 3-1. Tragic.
That's a smoke onto that bottom floor. Killinger now likely going to be pushing up through the center. They're going to take control of the 3-story. That'll be the
Striders, they have a smoke. We need to cross to San Hotel. 3 minutes.
at least middle
The map
setup
one
position
inside
for
Sanchez.
them. Mentioned that north element being important. It certainly is. Smoyle's pushing in from the center. Woods crashing down there, and he's going to be running into Varix. And this is a huge trade for Woods here. He's actually not going to commit to challenging Varix, and he's going to go for a longer rotation. He's going to play into the defense by instead committing to the push towards the basement floor entryway there. At the very least, he has fantastic coverage of objective. Spoils still has to get rid of Varix if he wants to be able to get a cap, but if Varix does overcommit to peeking out, maybe Woods can find that. Oh, Smoils M203's Varix in the basement. A fantastic pick. Killinger catches one in the basement. And just like that, Rome's defense crippled as Ree goes down to Strajak, Gladiator, and Psychillo, the last to defend. Make it just Gladiator. He's able to get one. Can't get any more, though, as he pushes out to commit to the defense beginners. Lock in round one with a commanding Marsoc push. Exactly how they want to start their map pick. Everything going their way there in Rome. Really just crumbling under that push. The M203 launch, really nice to take out Varix. They had the cap opportunity there. It certainly was an option, but didn't go for it. Locked in the kills, and well, Marsoc round's a Marsoc round on downfall, so they'll take what they can get. Now they have to play their standard kill box defense, and it's up to Rome to try and attack themselves. But man, what a great M203 into that window to catch Varix. Into the action we go. Round number 2 rolling out. Early shots in a different spawn. Rome spawning in that south ravine and instantly trying to push out. Committing to a cross with no smokes early, does get one. Varix able to cross that. Psychillo up next. Ree's not going to follow. But they do make it across without any smokes, and that's actually a pretty valuable advantage to have there. It keeps their utility for the rest of this push, which you definitely need if you do want to try and smoke out or push up onto that objective building, so... Killer's going to try and take an overwatch here. Risky window to peek, often got through. Strajak might have a line there. Still no utility needed to be tossed. Varix able to take control of 3-story. Strajak finally catches one. Gladiator goes down.
Crawling up middle.
He is the most advanced position here. Everyone else super tucked back. Woods Killinger. Pause maybe could catch one out through the window. But still, this is a late defense. They're really waiting for Rome to commit to the push towards objective, and that's typically how beginners defend on downfall. They really force the push, which is one of the hardest things to do on a long-range map like this.
Moving west. Yes, mate.
What's this side? That was random fire.
Krajak rotated up to the wall, catches one. Varix is on the hunt there, but Strajak not peeking up much at all. And you can see when he does peek, it's a very minimal clear up over the wall.
Okay, I killed one.
Good trade there from Pause. Using that tiny little canister to deflect the bullets there that would otherwise have tagged him in the head. Tablet doesn't block bullets, but is also stood up there and at the very least will draw fire.
Smoils did.
One down center hotel. I lost count.
All these kills leave now Varix alone. Can't find the angle into that two-story and has some time to work with. 2 minutes left, essentially. Minute 45 on the clock. Like I said, though, this defense is tight. They're really playing it patiently and waiting for the push to come through. Strajak actually tucking back inside his building, and he'll use that for cover. And again, really forcing the push. Barracks actually having to commit smokes there. Nice vision from what could be Strajak's window, and certainly the dive out will come. Pause patiently waiting. Varix gonna commit out, and Pause finds the kill. Varix tries to cross, and beginners find another round commanding 4 up there. Only 2 kills in 2 rounds from Rome so far. Not an easy map for them right now. And this is more, I think, what we expected out of beginners in this series. Snow Peak, for them to lose there was a total shock to me. And for it to even be as close as it was on Suburbia, I mean, nearly lost the series 3-1. Now it's up to Rome. Can Rome bounce back from a bit of a deficit? We've seen them... I don't think they've had to come back yet in a series. They've kept it either tied or had the lead at any given point. So you shift objectives, headed to an oldie but goodie, one that is certainly cappable. I gotta wonder if beginners are thinking cap here, trying to lock in this final map 4-0, push them up in the overall score line a little bit. That would take it 10-7. That quick math. There's an argument. If your child or a student ever says shouldn't have to learn math. You can say, well, then you can never cast esports. And then they'll learn their math. Everybody loves esports. Into the action we go. Round number 3. Beginners getting that.
Anyone watching some cross into dumpster?
An awkward spawn. You can get into some very quick fights if you're not careful, but beginners are a careful team and they are aware of these fast angles. If anything, they'll be looking for something here, but we'll see. I think maybe Woods is gonna, yeah, Woods is gonna pop up here and hunt for something early. He's gonna find it. No, the shots just miss. There's the indicator for the defense as well. This was a north spawn. Nice pick up there onto Gladiator. Mad Hatter finds Woods. Strayjack able to confirm Sekillo down, so 2 dead for 1. Not sure where Hatter was when he got down. Oh, maybe he was on the roof. He got sniped from the roof. Okay. You got punished for the suppressive fire. Paz and Smoils have made one of the first challenging crosses. The issue is that the Mad Hatter, he can take a, yeah, he has a good angle there if he chooses to take it. Oh, that's risky to be peeking all of these different windows. So many different ways he can be shot. Killinger had a line there. Peeking this window is extremely risky. Paz has a potential line. You have great coverage, but you are equally as exposed. But again, some late angles here from Rome. Pretty far away from the objective, though. If they're smoked out or picks come through, I don't know. I see certainly some lanes to push up here and get some potential caps.
Yep, definitely one there. So I can't really push this.
Killinger and Hatter getting into a bit of a firefight. Also draws more eyes up into his windows, and he realizes that the danger is present there in that defensive position. Wonder where he's going to drop back to. He's certainly very far away from objective. Ree, the only one with eyes on. Varix has the vision on the cross, so they are watching, but it's gonna take a couple of well-placed smokes to really shut down some vision. Varix is gonna be the most important element into denying this cross, simply because of the positioning. They're not gonna come in from the east.
Where are you looking from?
There's a flanker yet? Here?
Hey. Let me shoot it.
Let me shoot. Okay. Well, what are you doing? Hey. Smoils and I are in Center Hotel.
I missed the window.
Smoils trying to clear out a common defensive position with the M203. Doesn't catch anything. As soon as Paz dips out, Ree nearly tags him. I don't think Ree is aware of that position from Strayjack. Let's get tagged, and Strayjack continues his longer cross. He's going to be running into Varix's angle soon. This whole offense will be.
Hey, I killed the guy in the valley.
And that's actually a huge pick. If Varix goes down, Hatter has to fully crash, and beginners can commit to pushing in for the objective. It's a bit of a false sense of confidence that they have here. Treyjack goes down. Hatter finds that. Smoke's coming through, and Hatter has to crash. As he crashes, Killinger finds an easy kill and takes it. So the right move for Rome to commit out and defend, but still another Marsoc round into the hands of beginners. And they are just a point away from locking in this series and the final map 4-0. Big shout out to everyone tuning in. We've had a ton of follows come through. I think it's pushed us over 2,700 followers for this channel. Really do appreciate everyone that's come through on Twitch, is following or subscribing over on YouTube, or following us on Facebook, and also checking that, I don't know what it is on venues. I don't know what you would call it, but the notification mark to be sure that you're notified and tune in on venues. We appreciate all of the interaction from everybody, but in particular, I've seen a bunch of follows come through on the Twitch channel, and it's a great place to follow. I mean, if you enjoy these weekend matches, Echo Arena will be returning to venues and to this channel, twitch.tv/VR Master League, YouTube and Facebook, next weekend. Season 4 begins, and so we'll have a mix of Onward and Echo Arena most likely starting next weekend, and then obviously Onward's postseason starts April 7th, so we are into some serious esports action in the VR realm in the next few weeks. It's going to be awesome. If you want to get involved, you always can. You just head on over to VRML.com and you can register to be a sub, a team, or you can make your own team. I think you're too late to get in on the Onward season, but now is the perfect time if you want to get involved in the Echo Arena. So shout out to all of the action that'll be happening here in the next few weeks, and shout out to the action right here. Beginners throwing out some defensive smokes and going out into what could be series points here. Villains are in pods, tucked in, and Woods kicks this off.
I think I got him.
Catches Ree trying to dive in crater. The early shots that came in, again, were an indicator that this was a north spawn, and so Woods quickly takes position to try and catch out anyone rotating from that crater. Shuts that down, and I gotta wonder if they're gonna send another one across there. And they do, and Woods finds Varix as well.
Second one, north side, north of heli 2-story, heading west.
Gonna do one more. There's another that's gonna try and cross. What other option does he have? If he doesn't commit to this, he has to go readjust back up towards Gladiator and push through the center.
I'm still up.
Like trying to actually ID that angle through this. What a great check there from him. As soon as he goes up into the stairs, shots come ringing towards his building as well, so more info for him to put into his knowledge bank.
Where are you? I have a plan, but I need to get to the east tower. I don't know how to get there.
Glad. Can I have a mag real quick, please, please, please? Come mag.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I have to go to the east tower.
I'll come with you. I'll come with you.
Okay.
risky cross to be taking here this late. Fortunate that nobody has extended up. Smoils pops up here. He's got himself a couple of kills, but Hatter and Gladiator make it safe and sound for now. Again, just a quick peek up from Smoils there. Hatter actually identifies that.
Green guy is still there.
Takes some shots and information for them to work with. Smoils is going to try and shift off, readjust his angle. Hatter doing the same.
Alright, I'm gonna go to that south tank and try to get there.
And I don't know if Hatter's going to be ready for Smoils to be this far down to the ledge. Really extended down into the dip, and he's going to try and catch Hatter in the back. It's going to be a matter of if Hatter's going to swing wide enough or if he's going to try and push up to that tower. That's what Smoils gambling here. He's waiting for the push to the tower. Hatter is going to swing wide, and Smoils does stand up under the fire.
I got the South Ravine guy.
Smoils goes down, and now they actually know where Woods is. He's starting to take some fire as well. Cycla trying to get some shots off. Rome may be able to bounce back here in this round, and they need it. Gladiator, in the meanwhile, is pushing up towards objective. Strayjack's here, Woods is here, but Gladiator finds the kill. Can he tuck in? No, he can't. If he had tucked in, that was a cap opportunity. Killinger tries to swing around to defend, and Hatter able to utilize the chaos to find the kill. Since the cap hasn't come in, they can be safe in assuming that they had that kill inside. But a near cap there from Gladiator. He almost makes it in. His plan, as he said at the start of that round, almost paying off.
Hey, buddy. Want a tango?
Nade comes out. Strayjack finds the kill, though. Hatter's going up into a 1v2, and he finds himself trading with Woods. Strayjack left alive, locks in Beginners their final map points, and they take the series in Beginners fashion, 4-0. What a series to tune in here today. A long one at that, and so shout out to anyone that managed to stay through it on the venues. I don't know how. Maybe you're using the Rebuff Reality Power Pack to extend your duration of the headset, but it's coming in a nearly 3-hour game. A long one and a fun one as that. Beginners and Rome, a rarity to see them duke it out, and certainly worthwhile tuning in here today. That'll be it for us here at the desk, though. You've seen the sponsors. We've shouted them out. We appreciate all of them. Be sure to tune in to the postseason that starts April 7th. It's going to be incredibly hype. Still have another week left of regular season, and we have another Onward match later tonight. Tune in at 5:30 p.m. PST to catch Animal House versus Ember. That's going to be another fantastic NA battle, and you're not going to want to miss that one. That'll be with yours truly, right here on VR Master League venues, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all of the places. Again, thanks for tuning in. My name's Ben Nightfire with 2 E's. We'll see you all in just a few hours. Until then, stay classy.